Welcome back to another video. Today I'm installing the new body kit on the Toyota Supra here. So what I've done here is I've taken the side skirt and I just kind of placed it on there roughly. Also got a front bumper for this car as well. The company that I got these from, Shine Auto Project, make sure you guys go and check them out. Always heard of somebody getting side skirts or front bumpers for these things and they fit perfectly. And I was a little nervous because aftermarket stuff, you know how it can be. It can be like, it can, be all wonky and wavy and whatnot. But let me just tell you one thing, guys. These side skirts, so far, just placing them on there, I haven't even really mounted them or anything. They fit perfectly. Nothing rubs or anything. It's all tight along the body lines. Like I said, I just have this kind of set on here. I'm not sure exactly what they call this side skirt here, but there's a few of them on their website. You can get the lower part in carbon fiber. I just went with no carbon on the bottom. They fit perfect. So if you guys are ever questioning what kit to get for this car or side skirts or anything, Shine Auto Project is the way to go. This side as well, I had just placed it on and everything fits exactly how it should. So we're gonna go ahead and push this vehicle forward a little bit just so I can get it ahead. And then we're gonna try and install the front bumper and see how that fits. So the front bumper with these already have some studs on the side of them. So they should line up with the original fender holes if you have the original fenders on this car. So let's slide this on and see how it fits. Perfect. Here we go. So just a rough, quickly slap it on. Haven't even moved anything or did any holes or whatnot. So far, all the gaps look really, really good. Those studs lined up in those fenders. There's nice, no big gaps here. On the side, the fender's a nice transition to the bumper. So far, it looks really good. The headlights are pretty good here. These headlights aren't even mounted in yet, so we can move this stuff around. This is all just lightly put in. But anything that is a little gap here, it's adjustable, which is awesome. Normally, when you get bumpers and stuff like that from companies, sometimes they could be like huge gaps and they could be all warped, flexed and everything. For me, just putting this on here and not even touching any of the gaps or anything, and it's fitting as good as it is, that's a huge plus in my opinion. So huge props to Shine Auto Project for getting their molds like pretty much bang on with all this stuff. The body shop usually has to take care of a few things, but with this, I don't think they're gonna have to take care of anything at all. I'll be able to line up all this stuff myself and adjust it and put the holes where they need to be. Let's do a test with the hood shut here. So we'll go ahead and shut that there. Yeah, that looks awesome. And I can move this around a little bit. So even the hood is almost perfect with the bumper here. I'm gonna pull it down a little bit so this hood can stay in behind it. But this is the smooth transition as well here. The headlight gaps are excellent here. There's hardly anything there. And as well as what I was saying here earlier, this is hardly any gap too as well. There's like nothing there almost. So, and this, like I said, just for me, roughly putting this kit on here and it fitting as good as it does, that makes me very happy. So this is a front end style bumper that I went with. Obviously, there's lots of room in behind there for a big intercooler, so that'll work out good. And then I have to get the bumper lights put in as well. As you can kind of see here, it's starting to look a lot better with the side skirts bumper. Now we just need to get this thing all one color. And as you see here, I took the windshield out too because I want this to be a really good paint job. So I went ahead and removed the windshield. We were able to remove it without breaking it, which is a huge plus. And it's much easier to clean your dash too while the windshield's out. So I went ahead and did that. They're gonna grind all this down, all this old urethane and rubber off. And then this way we get away with no tape lines. I'm gonna remove these moldings here. I got new moldings for the door and these here as well. And then the back glass is taken out of it. The wing is going to be taken off as well. We're going to keep the center and sides carbon fiber on the wing. And there's also these rear spats that go on the back as well. And those fit pretty good too. Honestly, I thought I would have had more to film with this video with, trying to adjust body gaps and making everything fit properly. But realistically, everything just like got placed on. As you can see here, like when I put that bumper on, it literally just popped on. Like everything lined up perfectly. Normally you're finagling and grinding things down and whatnot, but That went on good. The side skirts went on excellent. Now we're going to get all holes drilled for the hardware to go through. Like I said, they already have it templated for you. Like there's a few little dimples for where you need to put the holes. Of course, every vehicle is going to be different, and you know, you may need to go a little bit different than the holes, but for the most part, if your vehicle's straight and everything's good, then all those holes and dimples that they have on the side skirts should line up no problem with the ones that you're going to be using on the car. I'm going to go ahead and start putting some holes in some things here to drill my pilot holes, because I want to do all this before paint. So then that way the holes are already done, and then when they get taken off for paint, along with the rest of the car, I don't have to drill anything after paint. It's all fresh and ready to go with the holes pre-drilled. We're going to mock everything up, get all the body gaps exactly how we want them, shift things over if we have to a little bit, and then we're going to see how it looks at the end. So as you can see there, it doesn't take much time at all for me to put the holes in for the side skirts there. I went with the black ones. These are just going to be temporary to hold it in there. And then eventually once these get painted, I'll see if I can figure out some silver hardware that goes here so it kind of blends in a little bit more with the panels. But so far that's all lined up good. And they even have hardware underneath for you to mount too as well. An issue with that coming or flapping around, and they're very, very strong. Even with just the two that I put in here, like those are definitely solid and on there, and I won't have to worry about those coming off at some speed. So that's good. So we're going to go ahead and do the same. I already did the other side too as well with the holes. Now we're going to do the same thing with up front and make sure all the holes line up with that. And then once we get these side skirts perfected, I'm kind of working my way forward, making sure all the body gaps are good and where it's placed. Work with the front bumper in figuring out exactly where it needs to go so I can put the push pins in the top and drill the holes for those. Just looking up front here, I can actually move these headlights side to side too. They're a little bit slotted for me to work with. So now I'm going to get these holes drilled here and figure out which push pins I'm going to use. So I was able to utilize actually the OEM grill piece here with the rubber seal that goes around it. So this should clip right in along there. There. So now that covers up all the mounting hardware. All the holes lined up good. It should sit right on top of it. Just like so. You can see a little bit of that seal in there, and that gap is perfect right along the hood. It stays even from this side to that side, and this thing lines up great. So this body kit turned out awesome. I didn't have to do any adjusting really. It saved me a lot of time from messing around with this stuff. And what's cool is that I looked at it, the inner fenders that go in here actually clip in behind this little lip right in here too as well. So it's going to look like OEM plus, which is awesome. All the inner fenders will line up perfectly with that. I just checked that as well. This thing's coming along good. I can finally start to see the potential on it. Now we just need to get it all one color. So I know this video is a little bit shorter than the rest of them, but I figured I'd just throw it up there, me putting on the side skirts and the front bumper, because I know in the previous videos I was telling you guys that I was going to do that. There wasn't too much explaining to do because everything kind of bolted up and actually fit really well, so I didn't have to adjust anything or do too much with that. So I didn't go as in depth as I thought I was. As you've seen from that cinematic there, it looks really good. This car is finally starting to turn around, and pretty much we have everything ready for paint. Only thing I have to do is, like I was mentioning before, is remove the mirrors, remove these moldings here, remove the door handles, and then obviously I can pop the wing off too as well, because I'm going to get these sides painted, leave that carbon. Everything should look really, really good when it's all one color. I'm kind of getting sick of looking at it with these multiple black and silver and different shades of brown on the back of the wing and stuff. It's just not really my style. So once it's all painted, we're going to put all the inner fenders back in, put all the lights in. I got some side markers here that's supposed to go in there, and they're going to be clear as well. And then the lights have to go in here too as well. There's holes for it to mount. And then, like I said, get all the fender liners in, get everything else, get all the inserts in for the back here as well. And then I can start putting together the tail lights, and I'm gonna see if they can shave this hole here, as well as once they get those painted too, we'll put them on the back. But as you can see there, I went with the straight tip idea. I know in the previous video of me installing this exhaust, I wasn't sure about the burnt blue tip on it. So what I did was I actually flipped this around and cut the burnt blue off. To me, I think that looks a lot cleaner. You can actually see the logo on the side now. It says HKS. So to me, that looks a lot cleaner, and it's just more simple. The back end of this car is looking really, really good. And then we also got the 97 up tail lights. So those were brand new in the box too. So I was able to, quickly slap those in, and then we'll just keep the regular LED light back here. Obviously, I'm gonna remove the tail lights, the headlights, and everything else before it goes to paint. I'll be putting it on the trailer and then dropping it off, but it shouldn't be too long because I have all that stuff taken apart, so it should cut down the labor on their part without having to remove bumpers and stuff like that, because I'm going to line all that stuff up after. But that concludes today's videos, guys. Stay tuned for the next one. Talk to you.